The Unseen is an album that will be 20 years old in June this year. It's a Madlib record I listened to take me back to the day where I want to hear Lord Quas's voice thrown in with Madlib's original tone to give me maybe one of the most pure storytelling experiences ever sonically made. There are some extremely important lessons to learn from this specific record. For example, Microphone Mathematics explains how any impersonators will suffer from a split mindset. And furthermore, he begins to explain how his style of odd loops and sampling is going to redefine the mainstream for years to come. To emphasize this, the opening track Bad Character sets the tone for the album. Lord Quas is in the music game to dominate. Basic Instinct is an interesting track, speaking about spending time with friends, skating in Central Park up in Venice, but using marijuana to help stop violence. There's a big acknowledgement of how Madlib grew up in Oxnard before moving to LA, the hub of West Coast rap. The line, "We manifested from the West," is an emphasis on the manifest destiny, the notion that Americans were destined to expand westward across the USA. Police violence is the key theme on Low Class Conspiracy, that life for them is almost an endless chase and run from the local officers, and that this is a tiring motif that keeps replaying itself. The track Discipline 99 features a sample from The Last Poets, a group of poets and musicians from the late 1960s African American civil rights movement. The group and the song is an homage to what would later lay the groundwork for modern hip-hop. The line, "You talking out loud but saying nothing for the dollars," of Realize is Madlib's anger at those who are compensated for saying nothing of use. His commentary on the track calls out fake rappers and fake thugs, those who rap about the same old tropes of women, clothes and stories that they made up. Lack common sense, lack common knowledge and confidence is a line where he points out that maybe education or low self-esteem is to blame for these people projecting such lies and calling it hip-hop. I love how he breaks the fourth wall on Loop Digger with the line, "Yo Madlib, why you waste so much money on records and getting high, man?" It's a rhetoric play on the fact that he found success from what others thought was obsolete, aka forgotten records from a past time. Other people are also unable to see what creativity is enabled inside his head when he gets high, hence a play on the ignorance of others. This is one line and is already a deep statement on its own. This is the reason why you listen to Madlib records. There's depth everywhere. The whole skit where Madlib's in conversation with a vinyl vendor demonstrates the specificity of his taste. He asks for a vinyl from Grant Green, an American jazz guitarist, but notes that he wants the 1968 record, not the 1958 one under Blue Note Records. He later leaves when he can't find reggae, or as he says on the track, something with real soul. It's an interesting point about his specificity, but also note how he's unwilling to compromise on his vision. Come On Feet really is a song about oppression in all forms. It paints a world where everyone is cold, where everything is seen from a negative lens. Landlords are seen to have black souls and the sun has gone. The line, "Never put us in some cold ass ground," is a statement that Madlib has more to offer the world, that dying too soon would leave his desires unfulfilled. The constant chasing in this track can be seen as chasing something beyond himself, but also chasing hope, chasing ambition. Boom music as a song is a tribute to those of past. The line, "I get high and start taking out wax selections" is then followed up by those he reveres. Eric B, Zulu Nation, Tribe Called Quest, Diamond D, Ultramagnetic MCs, Gangstar, Lord Finesse and Biz Markie. Each of these people likely have interesting stories that Madlib himself attaches to. Biz Markie, for example, getting sued over a sample and becoming a successful actor and comic later down the lines. In part 1 of The Unseen, I think there's been a ton of insights dropped, and there are actually far more in these tracks that I haven't covered. For example, references to blaxploitation films. And this is not even beginning to talk about the insane production. Arrhythmic beats and odd samples aplenty. There's a reason The Unseen is a classic, and part 2 will definitely cover more of why this is the case.